Am I looking at you the whole time?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Name and title, I guess.
Sure. Yeah, I'm Joe Curtatone, former mayor of the city of Somerville. A lot of people don't know Somerville. It's the most densely populated city in New England that is closer to downtown Boston than most of Boston, that has a small town feel.
It's known as having the most per capita authors, artists, musicians. It attracts architects, engineers, designers.
Somerville still is very much a blue-collar town. We've always been sort of that community of hope for newcomers. And even today, we still speak more than 52 languages in our neighborhoods, in our schools. The city's done a lot to invest in education and provide every child the opportunity to excel. But we had some serious issues with the structure of the former high school.
Somerville High School is a comprehensive high school. We have a wonderful career and technical education program. We have a wonderful arts program from music, dance, theater, and the visual arts. In the old school, it definitely felt like you were in, I hate to say the word relic, but sort of a relic of a space.
The original main building, which still stands, was built in 1895. There were conditions on the structure itself that needed massive repair. There were many code issues.
No air conditioning, no heating. There was the heavy shops that are down in the basement, quite separate from the rest of the school. And that created two almost distinct environments. The building itself was unable to support the infrastructure that we think of with modern education. People are ready for Somerville to evolve, to become a place that actually is a leader in education and how children and their families are supported.
So in 2016, the voters came out and spoke loud and clear and definitively to approve the finance of the new high school, and we were off.
The new design of the high school really required new spaces, sort of a top-down rethinking of how the school would be organized. Our goal, working on a comprehensive school, which takes those two very distinct programs and actually folds them together.
What we want to accomplish is make sure as this project goes forward that our students at Somerville High School didn't lose out on anything. They had every opportunity, but we also wanted to build something that was a legacy for the city.
And working with Suffolk as the construction manager in implementing the design was really a critical component of making this a successful educational environment.
A lot of times when we do renovation jobs and combine new construction with old construction, you don't fully know what you're getting into. This was far and away the most challenging construction project I've ever been a part of.
What we were asked to do was to build literally on top of 1,300 students while they stayed in school.
We basically built modular classrooms right out front so that the students would have a place to go to continue their learning. We demoed right in the middle of the school, split the existing school into two separate buildings. We excavated down and we built a brand new superstructure, which then tied into two elements of the existing high school.
The high school had two important tasks. It had to respect its neighbors, but then it also had to save some of these historic elements and preserve them. Memorial Hall, which is now the front centerpiece for the school, started out as the original gymnasium back in 1927. We looked at that space as being retrofitted as the new theater. It was in very rough shape.
We kind of peeled away some of the layers. We preserved the facade of it, but the structural integrity of the building was compromised. We actually had to swap out columns by holding the structure up with a crane and swap out steel elements just to preserve the actual structure itself.
It was a master plan in the truest sense of the word.
I remember walking the job site and realizing We were moving, we were finally in a rhythm. We had gotten past a lot of the complications with integrating the old structure, and we ran into some delays. There was no playbook for COVID. It really forced myself and Suffolk as a team to start thinking outside the box and figure out how we could continue work, but continue work safely.
As you guys know, a lot of projects, they don't have a whole lot of manpower. You have to make sure everyone's basically wearing masks and 6 feet apart.
It was about getting to know everybody that was personally working on the site, being able to get them to mesh together, to integrate, to achieve our one common goal, which was Somerville High School.
You know, there's always that first moment when you walk into a building that has just been opened. Smiles on people's faces. You can just see that the environment, which is so beautifully daylit, it's a pleasure to be in this building.
To really unlock what we were trying to achieve as a community, we needed a building that was thoughtful in a way and designed and built that aligned career and technical education programs, those life skill lessons, vertically with the more traditional courses, and this building does it.
There are places now for students to connect and teachers to connect in a way that they did not have before.
There's a connection between teaching and space. There always has been. There's a pedagogy built around the way that we interact with space. Being physically located next to these other departments has been really positive. I know we're really excited to be creating more partnerships between the theater department and the career and technical department. We've had the carpentry students working with us on our sets. We're really looking forward to having the cosmetology department more involved in our costumes and makeup. It informs the way that we actually do our work.
What I appreciate is architectural pieces of the old building. You know, the owls. They'll see some of the artistic templates on the wall, photos of the old building. It's important because history gives context.
You won't find any more complicated project to construct than the Somerville High School.
It's an unforgettable project. Through the building phase, all the challenges, a global pandemic, I'm sure everybody that spent time here will remember this project.
It is one of the few places in the community that every single one of our children passes through. Being in this space feels right. It feels like we're doing justice to our students. It feels like we're giving our students what they deserve.
It's really a project about the future, but that really leveraged our historic and past and our legacy, not abandoning that, but celebrating it in so many ways. If you want a symbol of community and its values, this is it.